So, yes.
So, slowly.
Sorry, I'm just not gate crashing here. So, I just want to enact what happened. So, I was walking past CP. I was going through the E block of CP, which went like this. And then I saw a man sitting on the pavement, and he was playing his flute. I went past, and all of a sudden I came back exactly the same way, and I saw the placard which was all next to him, and it said that I'm not a beggar, and I play this particular music so that it reaches your heart. And there I saw Kuldeep Ji sitting on the floor, right? So I kind of went and sat next to him, and I heard him play the flute. It really touched me because he was actually playing it very, very well. And there are these like little scattered 10 rupees and 20 rupees notes which were in front of him. I didn't pay him then, I just got up and started walking. And the next thing that I did is that I came and spoke to some of the friends that I have. And when we were kind of planning this particular event, we also spoke to the author of the book. And very beautifully, the author of the book, Mona Lisa, you're just going to hear her. She kind of volunteered to make some proceeds of the book that she sells to go to Kuldeep Ji. Then our hunt started for Kuldeep Ji. Yesterday, me and Shubham went to CP again in the night and started looking for Kuldeep Ji, but Kuldeep Ji was not there. So, using his enterprise, he went around asking all the other street vendors and hawkers as to where is Kuldeep Ji. And somebody said, Kuldeep Ji Bimar hai. So then he said, तो हम उनको कैसे connect करेंगे? तो one of the guy was kind enough saying that मेरे पास कुलदीप जी का नंबर है, आप उनसे बात करिए. So he and me there, he took the phone and he started talking to Kuldeep ji, आपकी तबीयत कैसी है? The man picked up the phone, obviously he did not know him. All of a sudden a stranger said, आपकी तबीयत कैसी है? So, but he started off like that. And Shubham incidentally works with me. He's a creative designer. So on the too much of courtesy side, he's slightly less. So, but he still made an effort, saying Kuldeep ji kaise hai? And then he kind of started asking him stuff. So Kuldeep ji said that I am not well, and I decided to take rest, so I am not coming these days to CP. And that's where we started feeling a little bad about it. Because since Mona Lisa had kind of agreed to everything, and everybody else was also participating in it, so both of us went. Then we thought that in the morning we are going to jointly hunt him down through a conference call. So 10:30 this morning, so we're hearing Kuldeep ji for the first time like this, right? So we were hearing. So both of us hunted him down at 10:30. It was a conference call that and we could not decide for a very long time. We said, sir, मैं पहले उनको फोन करूँ, फिर आपको लूँ, या मैं आपको ले लूँ और आप चुपचाप बैठ रहा हूँ कुलदीप जी से बात करते हैं. So we could kind of not decide for a while. Then he said, ठीक है, मैं कॉल पे रहता हूँ, आप कुलदीप जी को फोन करें. तो उन्होंने he called up Kuldeep ji. Now Kuldeep ji picked up the phone. So then he courtesy, he started asking Kuldeep ji, आप कैसे हो, ये है, वो है, and all of that stuff. Then he started explaining. So he started saying, हमने आपका YouTube में भी सुना है. तो मुझे डर लग गया कि आप कुलदीप जी को अगर हम YouTube का वो दे रहे हैं तो कुलदीप जी बोले हाँ मैं परफॉर्म करता हूँ, लेकिन मैं 25,000 रुपये लेता हूँ. So we really got scared of that, right? So but it was a call, so I could not kind of tell him anything. So he was talking. Then eventually I also kind of interjected, and then I gave him the entire spiel of what is going to happen. Kuldeep ji just said one thing, मैं आ जाऊँगा. And the second thing he said, मैं सिर्फ पुराने गाने गाता हूँ. So his story said, and we kept the phone. Our friend Shubham says कि पता नहीं कुलदीप जी को हमारी बात समझ आएगी नहीं, क्योंकि उन्होंने सिर्फ इतना ही बोला कि हिंदी गाने बजाऊँगा. And we said old गाने बजाऊँगा. And we said it's fine. And that is how then the next challenge came. कि कुलदीप जी को लाएंगे कैसे? So then so many plans happened. कुलदीप जी को कैसे लाना है? Then eventually one of our friends here, Devolina, she kind of volunteered that she will take Kuldeep ji. Kuldeep ji said, Alka Theatre के सामने मैं नोएडा में खड़ा हो जाऊँगा, आप लोग आ जाइए. So I told Devolina कि Alka Theatre के पास आपको जाना है, you have to pick around. Devolina remembers Alka Theatre for all the wrong reasons. Because it never had good films going mum ने. So she said, "वो तो बहुत ही अजीब सा hall है." But then she said there is a Neerula's that she used to visit and she likes it. Neerula's by the way. And so she decided that she will go and visit. Then she went, brought Kuldeep ji here. So thank you, sir. स्पिरिट कमाल का है और वो आपका पिच कमाल का है. मैंने इसीलिए वो करके दिखाया कि मैं गया कैसे था और फिर वापस कैसे आया और मैं वो देखा. थैंक यू सो मच जो आप करते हो. एंड सॉरी I'm looking at great trash. Just wanted to give that story and thank you Mona Lisa to agree to kind of give some of the receipts to Kuldeep. Thank you.
That was Shantanu, everyone. Alright, to begin this event, once again, I hope you enjoyed the tea and the coffee and the beautiful flute composition, right? So while storytelling is what brought us all together here, the purpose was not just to celebrate books and storytelling, but also to celebrate the love of music, the love of independent art, right? And you know, we don't just support books and storytelling. We also want to support the different artists. And like Shantanu said, there are books that we have right here in the cafe. The book written by our author, and every book that we buy, there will be a little bit of it which will go to Kuldeep ji as well. So, all right. To begin the actual event, I want to know and I want to understand the audience a little better. And I want you to raise your hands when I say, how many of you have read fiction novels? Okay, lovely, that was fantastic. I was expecting much less, but great. Alright, now keep your hands raised if you've read Indian fiction novels. Okay, great. And now keep your hands raised if you've recently finished a book in the last 3 months.
Any book.
It could be any book, but particularly Indian fiction, then definitely. Okay, great. That tells us a lot already. I think we have passionate readers, we have aspirational readers, and we also have some readers who are, who buy those books emotionally, but actually finish them spiritually. So that is a perfect audience, and thank you. Now, to understand what we're doing today, some stories entertain us, some stories stay with us, and then there are some stories that quietly pull us into a world that is so dark, so emotional, that even when you read the last page, when you're done with the book, it refuses to leave us. The Red Ganges is one such story, one such book. It is a story about love, conflict, drama, and it is about fears that were so dark that people were too afraid to talk about. Once again, I welcome you to this, and it is not just a book reading today. We are stepping into the world of this book. So I welcome you to the reading and a dramatic experience of The Red Ganges by Mona Lisa Joshi. Before we call the author and our co-host on the stage, just a few things to remember. I think we can keep all our phones on silent, yes? And I know it is a muscle memory to just take out the phone and just start scrolling, but I would love you to immerse yourselves in this experience and everybody to enjoy this dramatic experience. Also, I want you to react freely, laugh, predict, question, even disagree, because tonight is about involvement, it is about interaction, right? Thank you. And with that, to take us deep into this evening, I would like to call upon stage my co-host, who truly understands the power of storytelling and human connection. He has been a journalist for years, and with years of storytelling behind him, he's also an author whose recent book, The River of Love, which is meditation, yes, the river of love, which is meditation beyond the apps. It explores real connection and reflection. He's someone who has a very sharp perspective. He brings a sharp perspective and thought-provoking conversations. And every time he's on the stage, every stage that he comes to, he brings a lot of warmth and insights. So please join me in welcoming Mr. Sanjay Gupta on the stage.
थैंक यू आयुष। एक तो इस तरह के इवेंट्स में जाने का सबसे बड़ा फायदा है कि अपने बारे में अच्छा समझो। थैंक यू फॉर द praise and I'm not sure if I'm all that worthy, but I'll try to match up to it. So just before we start, you heard about a little bit about me, but this evening is about the guest author, Monalisa Joshi, and I would like to call her on the stage and then introduce you a little more.
Yes, I will.
So, Monalisa Joshi, of course, she is the author of this book, The Red Ganges, which you will get to know. But she is not much unlike, some of the books that she writes or the vivid characters that she portrays in her books. Multifaceted and multi-layered. She is an author, a poet, a publisher, a virtual talk show host, all rolled into one, and then some more. What some more? So for one, she not only cooks up mystery stories, she bakes amazing cookies, and I can vouch for that. She's someone. She's a genuine writer, who writes from the heart, and she blends her own experience together with keen observation and an inner compass that you will probably see in the book. Not only that, she set up her own organization, literary organization, Chrysanthemum Chronicles, in 2017, right? And through that organization, she also encourages, and publishes budding writers and poets like her. So please give her a big round of applause. All right. So before we actually begin the conversation and delve deeper into the plot and the characters, let me just hold this book up. I don't know if you've seen it. Okay. So am I audible? Yes. So the title, it's all red and red too. The title also says the Red Ganges, And if you read it in Hindi, it's even more powerful. Rakt Ganga. So I just noticed, how come my notebook is also red? I thought it was white. Maybe the company, it's the effect of the company. So get it started. I would like to ask you about the title. Red Ganges. It evokes so many emotions in us. And it's a very powerful title. So without revealing, the mystery behind it, what made you choose this title?
First of all, very warm welcome and good evening to everyone. And thank you, Sanjay. To answer this question, I will sing few lines of a song, which kind of has a fold of this book. And the song is by Bhupen Hazarika ji, and the song is O Ganga Tum Behti Ho Kyun. I'll just sing few lines. विस्तार है अपार, प्रजा दोनों पार, करे Ganga for me. And if I have to say in English, when I close my eyes, एक ऐसा canvas बनता है मेरे mind में that kind of brings out my origin of being a Bengali woman and Calcutta. And I close my eyes to see the color red. Red in the sense, the shit, we call it in Bengali, the red bindi, alta, red border sarees, and the beautiful, at the Durga Puja, what is it called? Shittur Khela, that the married women play. So everything, part of my origin is totally red and it has to come out in a color. And that became red. And also red is the color of danger, it is the color of blood. So that's how all the elements came together and that became the red canvas.
Wow, that's beautiful.
Thank you so
Thank you
much.
so much. So that's what what an author like Mona Lisa really imagines and vividly puts it. I'm sure that there's more. So before we get into the actual, you will meet a lot of interesting characters. Some of them will also be here taking part. So I wanted you to sort of take us back in time a little bit. What was the 1930s Bengal, Nawabganj where the story is set, or Kalighat or Kolkata? What was it like to be in those times? It was a time when zamindari was still there. It's today many of the youngsters may not know what is the zamindar, for example, right? And any stories, any that your grandparents or parents might have told you, any house or the bylanes or streets of Nawabganj, what imagery can you share with us today?
Okay, so for me, the Zamindar era actually came to my mind and my subconscious through my grandmother, majorly, and also some of the movies that I watched later in my teen years and in my early 20s, like Parinita, Jokhel Bali, Devdas. So all these were inspiration, working as inspiration, but the major thing that caught my attention during my teen years was the house. There's a house called Puri Badi, which means fairy house in English, and it's a Zamindar Badi. And it is actually a real house situated in my real hometown. The hometown is called Nawabganj. It is situated in 24 Parganas North, Calcutta. So when we were in like our teen years, we were allowed in the courtyard area. So I was always, kind of inclined towards it to, understand what would have been the life of all the people who have lived here. कैसा रहा होगा वो पूरा दौर? I used to look at the structure, the archetypal structure, the British colonial period of, everything was visible, not only but not the people. So it was, there my imagination started working, and that house is the entire reason this book has come to life, and also the river Ganga that just flows across it. And there are many elements further added. So definitely the house, and I just would like to show you the picture. I don't know whether you will be able to see it from here. So this is actual house, the Zamindar Badi I'm talking about, and it is real. So the town is real, only the story has been fictionalized.
So we all know that there is a thin line separating fiction from reality, right?
Yeah, but Sanjay, if you want me to take you to all the audience to that era, I have a few lines if I could just read. So this is not exactly the era you will get to see, but the house, how it is from the inside. This is all my imagination. From the huge tomb-shaped roof hung vertically a magnificent crystal chandelier which shook with the air coming from the large French windows and made the soothing clinging sounds of the crystals that echoed in every corner of the house. The decoration in the interior and the exterior of Shubhajit Chattopadhyay's famous house, which he had earned from his pre-runners, had always been the talk of the town. Many of his British acquaintances had praised him and his house on many occasions for its fine imperial taste, and this had made him popular among a lot of the richest zamindars in the entire Calcutta. So this kind of brings a little bit of that house alive.
Thank you so much for sharing this. Anyone in the audience, would have heard stories or from old days or from those regions and yeah, please.
I stay 100 meters from this place.
Okay.
Oh wow,
Lovely.
there you are.
So my friends actually live in this Podiwan.
Oribai.
Yes, yes.
Is it allowed right now? I don't
Yes, yes. It will
is.
stay there. Yes.
Okay, because I noticed in one of the YouTube videos I was allowed for a marriage ceremony and there's a
Yes,
lot of
there is section
decoration.
of,
Yeah.
yes, the section of
And
it is allowed, but most of the other parts are being people stay.
Is it like a heritage kind of structure?
Yes,
now?
yes, yes. It's mostly handled by a trust.
Mhm.
The trust is that handles all the.
But I'll change the name to Rani Wadi for all the good reasons.
All right. Anyone else? There's one more.
Firstly, thank you for such a wonderful evening. You have a beautiful voice.
Thank you so much.
Now that you've finished the book, do you find yourself missing the world, the book world, or the characters, or do you find it really now and why?
No, absolutely not. I wouldn't say that I miss it because I'm already working on the second book of it, second
Oh,
part.
wow.
This is the first one.
That's news.
So I'm already exploring that world even further more with newer characters, definitely. And the era is only I could live through my imagination, and now a lot is available on the internet. And of course, the movies that sometimes we get to watch. So pretty much yes, I'm enjoying the era more. Yeah,
Great. Thank you for
you're welcome.
Thank you. So let's up tempo a little bit and get into the minds of some of the characters that we have. So the protagonist, female protagonist, is Moina, and she's a very beautiful, drop-dead, beautiful kind of girl, educated, courageous, with some bold ideas which were ahead of her time. Some of the things that she does in the book, like for example, have a living relationship with Justice Chattopadhyay's son. In the 1930s, they might have been controversial, even in 1990s, or I don't know, maybe even today, right? So, where did Moina, how did she enter your head? Where did she come from for you? And how did you have to kind of struggle or argue with yourself to let her be on the page as you wanted to?
So Sanjay ji, Moina is someone, very ordinary woman like me or people, women sitting here. And one thing I would like to add here is कि आपने notice किया होगा कि जब 90s का जो दौर था, उस दौरान when I used to, particularly you, since you have been there. So 90s का जो era था, उस time का जो time मैंने देखा है कि वहाँ पे उस time ना चूल्हा होता था जिसपे उसमें वो कंडे टाइप के कुछ कोयले के डाल के and they used to burn it and there was this aroma rising, वो smoke का वो smell मुझे आज तक याद है. And अभी अगर हम बात करें तो it has changed a lot. So we have come a lot, far. तो उस time पे I haven't seen that kind of modernity which I see. So Moina is very modern in her outlook. And if you have to notice, since you have read the book, you will see that every character is modern in their outlook. तो वो era of course contemporary है, but then मैंने पूरा जो setup बनाया that is very modern. So Moina is just like me, just like you. अगर मैं उसे corporate setup पे भी डालूँ ना तो she will excel. And talking about her live-in relationship, the controversy, वो obviously अगर we place her in the 90s, obviously 30s is something that starts the controversy. It wasn't acceptable. But there's a situation why I have put her into because Sujit is her lover, the male protagonist. He wants to keep her safe from the phenomenon, the red gadgets, and Moina is very decisive. She takes her own decision. संजय जी आपने नोटिस किया होगा बुक में कि उसको कोई इंसान ऐसा नहीं बता रहा है कि तुम ये करो तुम वो करो. She takes her own decision. So she is very advanced that way. But yes, बात करें अगर उन parts को लिखने में जहाँ I have shown the atrocity and the cruelty towards her, it was difficult. मेरे लिए एक पूरा challenge type
There was one
fight.
place, I agree mostly to you, but I think one place when she gets into that traumatic marriage, where she, maybe because she wanted to, she didn't want to anger her father, she really loved her father also. So she got into that. So that was one point, I think.
Yes, I was just coming to that because she's very young. क्योंकि पहले के टाइम में there are many Bengali people. I think you must have heard this term. दोज भूरे पिए. Earlier it used to be what happened is that very young girls of like teenage, उनको शादी कर दिया जाता था with a man of double of her age. और क्यों? क्योंकि dowry नहीं देना पड़ता था. So there was this ritual that used to happen, and even when I was in my 20s, I had seen happening it. So somewhere in my mind, this concept was there. So इस वजह से I bring her into a setup where she gets married off early, and then the cruelty part comes. And why I have chosen this? कोई भी आप लोग भी शायद सोच रहे होंगे कि मैंने इतना cruel एक graphic description क्यों दिया है? Because I feel कि हम हमेशा हीरो हीरोइन को अच्छे circumstances में ही क्यों दिखाएं? That is not real. अगर आपको human angle देना है, very realistic angle देना है, I guess you need to show some pain, some and cruelty. And I think आपको ये बहुत अच्छे से समझ आएगा if Arpita, you can just read that part. But there's a disclaimer, please brace yourself, it's very graphic.
Well, check. Both of them walked through the busy streets of Charangi Lane across the residential area. After walking silently for long alongside Moina, he couldn't control his anxiety and asked, "Where are we going?"
Shuji, I want to tell you something. It's a story of a girl. I think you need to know this. It's very important.
And then she suddenly stopped in front of a big white house. It appeared like another Zamindar Bai. Standing in front of its large black gates, she became silent and was shaking profusely. Shuji noticed few drops of sweat resting on her forehead and her face appearing tense. "Are you alright?"
6 years back, I came as a young bride to this house, and I was married to a man twice my age. He had 4 children from his first wife, who died of some disease, leaving the children behind orphaned. One day, my father brought me here in this market. That was the most unfortunate day of my life. As Devadar Nath Banerjee, a zamindar and widower, saw me and gave the marriage proposal to my father at that very moment. My father, who wished well and wanted to lead a plush life, he thought that I would live like a queen with that man, with all the comforts of the world at my feet. He got me married within 15 days without the demand of any dowry by my husband. I was married inside this house. No one from our side, not a single family member, relative, or even guests were invited to attend the marriage. After the wedding ceremony had ended, my husband laid his first condition, that my parents would never come to see me, nor would I go out to visit them ever. They simply agreed, and after blessing me, they left this house and never came to see me again. On the first night of the marriage, I was raped in a room which was now going to be my cage for the rest of my life. I kept shouting for help, but no one ever came. No one dared to enter that room. My husband, he was an amorous wolf who kept devouring me day after day. And if I ever protested, I was beaten up with a hunter. 2 years passed in pain, in darkness that seemed so incessant. Fortunately, the maids had sympathy with me. Whenever they came to give me food, they at least applied ointments on my wounded body. But he came to the room every night, and sometimes even in the afternoon. My body was only to fetch his hunger. I bled often as I was beaten up with hunter whenever I showed any sign of rebellion. The nights when he did not come were like blessing. I slept like a child. There were 2 things I feared in that house: his heaving, creaking footsteps towards my room and the large black hunter that he carried in his hands to beat me up.
Shuji wasn't able to believe what he had just heard. He was finding no words to utter from his mouth. His throat was dry, and somehow he managed to speak a few words. "How did you escape from that hell?"
could have never. But that night, I guess I was fortunate. He came badly drunk, dozed off immediately on the bed, and did wake up the next morning. When the maid came with the morning tea and tried to wake him up, he didn't respond. The maid understood that our master had died in his sleep. And that very moment, she stared at me hard for a while. I thought she was going to call the police or someone, but she gave me some nice clothes and opened all the doors for me. Seeing this as a path to my freedom, I ran out from the mansion as far as I could, not looking back. Since then, I've never come to this place until today. Shuji, you must be wondering why I'm telling you this. Well, I just want you to know that since I'm a widow and I don't even belong to any royal family, you should not feel for me anything, ever.
Thank you. I think that was
Thank you.
quite traumatic experience. I don't think anyone would want anyone to go through. But just to give a little more context, Shuji met her, and fell in love with her. But she's courageous, bold, and she always maintains her dignity, and she doesn't want to hide anything. So she tells him everything, right there, what she went through. So one question, I want you to put your creative hats, thinking hats, whatever you want to call it, or topi, whatever topi hat. So Sochi, what do you think Sujit does next? Any guesses from the audience? Having gone through and seen this, any guesses from the audience? And then we'll ask. Anyone from the back? So you have to guess. You think of yourself as the writer of this book, for example, right? And say, अच्छा ये अभी ये हुआ उसके साथ और उसने उसको बताया, तो वो क्या करेगा? What are his choices or options? Like said he.
So the natural reaction would be like he would be taken aback, he would be thinking a lot of things, and then if his love is genuine, he will of course say that he accepts her as she is.
Yeah, that's a good way to look at it. Any other ideas?
I think he would have loved his her honesty. So I think he'll go with that thing, and उसका जो प्यार है वो और ज़्यादा हो गया होगा उसके लिए. This is what I think.
Wow. So let's ask the author what she writes next without revealing everything.
So yes, उसे अच्छा खासा शौक लगा, of course. But then I've shown him as a very liberal man, open-minded, and he's the one who is breaking the system. उसी के साथ पूरा एक नया transition, एक पूरा dynamic shift है, and that is why their live-in relationship starts with few conditions. And why I have put them in a live-in relationship, that's something very interesting because of the Brett-Gandalf phenomenon. तो उनकी जो chemistry है, that is on and off, वो कभी मिल रहे हैं, अलग हो रहे हैं, and that's
It's
really,
very interesting, I must
yes,
say.
Sanjay ji will.
Not that I'm sitting here, but.
नहीं आपको बताना चाहिए, please, आपने book पढ़ी है.
So which answer do you like? Someone's answer that we can
I think also yes, they have guessed it right, both of them.
pick one that we can pause. We have some.
Acha,
things
you go
together,
next.
yeah.
Yes, definitely, Vidisha.
Thank you. So it's getting interesting, I
Okay,
guess.
sir, would you like to introduce yourself, or should we?
It's you tell me.
Sorry.
Okay, I'm
Please.
It's also my friend. So
Yes.
Partial नहीं हो रही होगी, आप लोग आंसर कीजिए.
Like Ayush said, this is not a typical, reading. वो कुछ पढ़ रही है, we are all part of this audience. We are all readers. We are all right creative minds in our own right. So please feel free to.
The price is already gone.
Please.
But I still wanted to say something that whether 1930s or even probably 2030, for a man to accept that already been with somebody else. And to take it from there, I think that's very brave.
Correct, that's right.
And if he went silent for a while, if he thought it through and then came back to the acceptance, I think that's still a great journey to talk
Absolutely.
about. And while it's part of your fiction writing, I so hope that more of these come up, because it's so important to accept what is the first instinct,
Right.
but then to also walk the distance and then come to a more humane,
Side, right. Absolutely.
aspect of it.
Exactly.
So I'm really happy that you put in something like that and
Thank you
taken
so
them
much.
through the journey.
Thanks for
Thank
your
you for your
observation.
acceptance.
Actually, if you ask me as a reader, it is when the characters of a book speak to you, it could be character X or Y or anyone, and you relate it to your life, and you can relate it to the social milieu or situation. So I think that then that book would have done its job, or you would have done your job as a reader or as a writer, right?
Right.
So,
Just one thing I also wanted to say.
please.
I think without the mind. So I'll be very honest. I'm still in the I'm middle of reading this book. I know I am hosting this event. I should have read the book completely before this, but I think Sanjay did.
I didn't have that choice.
Yeah, I know Sanjay did really well. He actually read the book. The fact that we're hearing things like live-in relationship, and we're talking about 1930s. The fact that a person has already been married, has gone through so many situations, and then we're talking about a romantic journey after that. I get intrigued. How can that be possible? Why is it that people have not, thought of it now? Why is it that people are
I
still?
wish everything is fair in love and war.
And while we have had these conversations so many times, every time Mona Lisa tells us something about the book, I almost get excited. Oh my God, there's something new that I can read about, and that is very good about this particular book. Every time you'll find something new in it.
Yes. New things.
Thanks for your observation, Ayush. So let's come to the three key men in this book. So I don't know, there was this handout, some of you would have read it, but there's Justice Chattopadhyay, the head of that Zamindari Badi, that Rani Badi, who has been a womanizer all his life, and then later on in his life he repents and wants redemption. There is his son Sujit, right, who falls in love with Moina, and he's also a brave guy, but his relationship with Moina goes off and on, and he goes in his own journey. And then we have another strong character, Anup, who is also the son of Zamindar. He's a doctor by profession, but I think there is something sick about him, right, as you will get to know. So all these men are powerful, or they seem powerful, but at the same time they are not like your traditional heroes or villains of old books, larger than life. Somehow they are diminished, and it's the women who sort of come up stronger. So why was it important for you that the men be diminished like this?
See, what happens when sinners become saints? They seek redemption. तो जब पितृसत्ता जो हम देखते हैं जो चली आ रही है, उसको मैंने बहुत अलग तरीके से एक्सप्लोर किया है, showing them being like womanizers, and they are thinking that the system is running through them, but it's actually devouring them. They are not aware of it until they reach to a point when they are grieving, they are sulking, they are mourning, broken, fallen, everything. And another thing that I have done here is, which is very noticeable, that all the women characters, they do not bow down to the system or the structure that I have shown here. So men, I have tried to show that they are under the illusion that this entire patriarchy जो पितृसत्ता जिसे हम कहते हैं उससे चली आ रही है, लेकिन वो खुद ही उस चीज के बन चुके हैं शिकार. And अगर हम शुभजीत चट्टोपाध्याय के कैरेक्टर की बात करें, he is now in his like 70s something, or after being a womanizer, अब realize हो रहा है कि he chose the wrong path. So he comes in a setting where he is sulking and grieving. तो मैं थोड़ा सा ताकि आपको थोड़ा सा
Please go
एक
ahead.
आइडिया मिलेगा. Shobhajit's cheeks were wet with his silent tears. Only he knew how much he burned every day in the feeling of guilt and how much he felt alone. Yes, it was true that he was a sinner. He came back home late, way late, but now he needed a hand of love and warmth, someone who would care for him in his old age. But both his offspring were living in their own world. Dahlia is his daughter, after marriage had broken all the ties with him, and Sujit kept distance from him. He strongly felt that old age was the answer to all the sins he did in his youth. Despite being the richest man in Calcutta and in the entire Nawabganj, he felt dejected, hollow, and dying a slow death each night. Just as Shobhajit Chattopadhyay kept looking at his late wife's portrait hanging on the wall from behind his blurred and wet eyes, talking through silences, asking for forgiveness again and again. So here they are realizing, most of my male characters, that women are important in their lives, and the realization comes late. However, Sujit is the one who breaks the entire pattern or the structure. He is the one who is bringing the transition, or the whole dynamic changes through him. He's open-minded, he's literal, he accepts a woman who has been a widow. And yes, so not villains, not monsters, but certain shades of monstrosity you will see.
Yeah.
And Sujit हो गया, sorry. संजय जी, आपसे पूछना चाहूँगी, आपको कैसा लगा, कौन से मेल कैरेक्टर को you would like or dislike?
Obviously, one would like Sujit, the hero, because he also is courageous and bold. And having listened to the passage and gone through the book, and having asked you this question, I think, it depends on the circumstances, also your mental state at that time, how you react to certain behavior of people. So, but एक चीज मेरे दिमाग में जो अभी आई है, वो ये भी है कि थोड़ा पछतावा थोड़ा सा पहले कर लिया होता तो इतना सफरिंग नहीं करना पड़ता. So that's what I mean.
And there's a dialogue in Sujit and Shubhajit that's happening. His realization, yes, it came late, but then he asked his son कि आप मोइना से मिलना बंद करो. I'm just saying it in Hindi. मोइना से मिलना बंद करो because this road leads you to nowhere, because I've been there. And then he becomes very angry and he says कि आप मोइना के बारे में कुछ ऐसा नहीं बोल सकते, because if anybody comes in this house as a bride, that will be Moina. So his mindset is totally different. He is not carrying forward that patriarchy.
That's why I like Sujit, right? So yeah. So let's move to the other side, to the women. And apart from Moina, there are two strong women characters. Dahlia, Justice Chattopadhyay's daughter and Sujit's sister. And then there is Catherine, a British lady who comes all the way in search of her lost husband to Nawabganj and stays. And there's an entire story. And I particularly like Catherine, even though her role is a little short. So, but my question is that these three women, went through similar wounds, but in different circumstances, and their response was also different. So, what are you trying to say through this contrast?
Yes, Catherine's role is short, but Sanjay ji, मैं आपको good news दे देती हूँ. She's coming in the second part. ठीक है. So the origin of the Red Ganges will actually be reflected here. Now coming to the women characters, they are the characters who have been wronged by the society, by the system, and how they choose to, further react to it. Like Moina is someone who is strong-headed, but she hides away from it. Why? Because she wants to feel safe. उसे एक security का issue हो जाता है, trust का उसे issue हो जाता है. And if I talk about Dahlia, she has another way of reacting towards it because she goes through a lot of loneliness. तो डालिया का जो मैं कहूँगी पर्सपेक्टिव वो है इंटरग्रुप बायस. उसमें एक ऐसा साइकोलॉजिकल या डायबॉलिकल डिसऑर्डर डेवलप हो जाता है दैट कॉजेज अ ह्यूज टर्मोइल, और ये बहुत ही ज़रूरी पार्ट है इस बुक का जो एंटायर रेड गैंजेस फिनोमिनन को रिफ्लेक्ट करेगा. So the women are basically the wrong people, but they are the one who come out as the strongest.
Absolutely.
That's that.
Thanks for
But Sanjay ji, you have to tell me who's your. You told me Catherine,
Catherine.
not Moana, not Valerie.
Of course, see, the thing is, I also tend to support the underdog or someone who's a little behind. Moina is the obvious choice. Everyone, I'm sure everyone is going to love Moina after reading this book.
Right.
But I mean, but because the way Catherine, I think she, the kind of steps she takes at each stage of her, experience, and then she takes that bold decision to come back all the way from London to, Nawabganj. And even though I don't want to give away the suspense, that she could have lived a different life, but she chose a life of dignity for herself, right? And she also advised, she's also an advisor to Moina, by the way, right? So for all these reasons, that she's chosen.
I just like to add one thing here. आपने अभी मुझे पूछा ना कि मैंने इन तीनों कैरेक्टर्स को
Contrast.
what's the contrast or the similarity. When I bring them into the same podium, मुझे माइंड में ये स्ट्राइक हुआ कि see there are so many women sitting here. हम सबकी कोई ना कोई लाइफ स्टोरी है, right? तो हम obviously हम में से कईयों के साथ बहुत सिमिलर चीजें भी हुई होंगी. तो I had this thought process कि एक ही कैरेक्टर को क्यों रिफ्लेक्ट करूं, instead I could show 3 or maybe 4 जिनके साथ सेम स्टोरी है. But the thing is that how they are taking it, how they are reacting. So that approach is different.
Yes, absolutely. And we all know that it's not like black and white always. There are shades of grey. Yeah. And as many shades of grey as you want to portray. So let's get a little bit into the mysterious part. So I've already shown you and you talked about the red Ganges. But there's this mysterious air, there is this aura of mystery shrouding the town of Nawabganj, and something that you have been carrying in your head, for a while. People are afraid to name it, and they talk of the hush hush tones. So tell us a little bit, don't read too much. So what is this dark mystery, So,
Okay, संजय जी, मैं इस सवाल का जवाब ना आप लोगों से एक रिडल पूछ के करता हूँ. No explanation, no justification, just a riddle. आप लोग solve करिएगा, ठीक है? I hope I remember the lines. नहीं तो मुझे पर देखना पड़ेगा. Okay. It's night time. They call it the devil's hour. The earth shines its bright. River flows silently beside. Shadows lurking in the town. You hear hooves sound. Hooves, थोड़े just let me recall it. You hear hooves sound. Darkness creeps under your skin. Morning comes with another day. The red Ganges had flowed with its might. Rakta Ganga, the jargon comes, reaches to its height. तो ये riddle आप लोगों को solve करना है.
Wow.
The entire novel is
I think so.
told in this riddle. अब इससे ज़्यादा explanation नहीं.
I think
क्योंकि
you are
spoiler हो
very,
जाएगा.
very kind. There are certain clues I could see with
हाँ,
the
आपने
riddle.
पढ़
But you have
लिया,
put
yes.
it, yeah,
Yes.
I'm biased. Okay, I'm biased, of course, I've read it. You partly read it. So let's turn to the audience. Any wild guesses now that you have heard a beautiful riddle also?
हाँ, आप लोग
Any
guess
wild
कीजिए.
guesses की ये red Ganges क्या है? क्या?
Yeah, maybe the women were kidnapped, like it's my origin. Women were kidnapped and probably they were harmed and then put into the Ganga and were never found again.
Okay. Pretty much close, yes.
Any other wild guess?
It's not wild, it's probably coming from the story and already talked about. So it's probably Anoop in a carriage carrying the women that she talked about, dumping them into the river Ganges somewhere.
Wow.
Yes, very much so. Riddle ज़्यादा easy रह गया लग रहा है.
Yeah, that's what I said. She has been very kind.
But
and
thank you
generous.
so much. आप अपने ध्यान से सुन रहे हैं. First, thank you for being lovely audience.
So, which of these two answers you like more?
I think I don't know your name, sir.
Vivek.
Okay.
Thanks for coming. Let's give her a round and you made it rhyme and sound very interesting. All right. Please feel free to make any observation, comment, or question in between. Also, we'll have some time at the end also. Yeah.
So I wanted to ask that did you choose 1930s as a historical setting, or was it a cover that reflects upon today's scenario and how it is resonating with today's times?
Yes, exactly, you're right. It's a historical setting. And somehow मेरी ना आत्मा बसी हुई है उस era में. I don't know why I feel like I'm very old soul. मेरे मतलब कुछ है मेरा connection. So I mean deliberately I have chosen this setting. And what was your next question?
So was it a cover, the book of yours, that is resonating with today's time?
Okay. So the cover is cover came later obviously. Story पहले लिखी थी, but हाँ somehow this is pretty much like trying to capture Moina, the intensity of her character.
I think she means that is this some subtext? Is it
In the
you
cover.
are portraying it? You're taking the era back, but you are reflecting the current reality as it is.
Yeah, because I think still such cases are happening.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it's not just the 1930s.
Yes,
mentality.
that's the subtext. Definitely, the hidden message is only that these things are still prevalent in the society, and it's only how you choose to soak in or accept it or reject it. That's totally our choice in these days.
And I would just say that even though it's a book and we're talking about fictional characters, but as a journalist, as someone who has read and seen things, I think it's not just India or Bengal. Anywhere you look, women have been subjugated, disenfranchised, or have had to suffer much more than men, right? That's why they call it a man's world, But thankfully, I think it's changing everywhere with education, with awareness, with things like live-in relationships, with questions on the certain institutions, with patriarchy itself, right? So new humanity and new religion is emerging. That is my thought. I mean, it's taking a little longer than I would have personally liked to, but that's the reality that we live in, right? So thank you for your question and observation, and let me now move to Justice
But
Chatterjee.
Jan was asking something interesting. Sanjay ji, हमें बोलने को कुछ है.
Please.
You also develop.
Please.
May I?
So we don't want to take any goodies away back, so we'd like to give them away. So let's move to Justice Chattopadhyay again. And why I'm saying it? He has been a womanizer who has, like you read those passages, he has repented and reformed. And from that portrayal, I don't think there is a doubt that it's really so. It's not that he's showing it off. At the same time, it's ironical that his own children, Sujit and Dalia, they're not able to forgive him or forget what happened in the past and why they had to suffer so much in their childhood. And the irony is that Moina, which Justice Chattopadhyay initially he despised her as a woman of lower class. He objected to her live-in relationship with Sujit. और मतलब वही उसके अपने बच्चे उसको वो नहीं कर पाते हैं, but someone who comes from outside and she's more sympathetic, as you would see later on in the book, toward Justice Chattopadhyay, and she connects with him, and she realizes that he atones. So why this irony? What are you trying to say? Is it something that you notice in real life happening, or what was the thought process that was going in your mind?
So So, before I answer this question, I would like to ask someone from the audience. Can I ask you? What's your name? Yeah. Shashikant. Shashikant, okay. So Shashikant, tell me one thing. Suppose you have someone in your family and you are related to him like in blood, और आप ये देखते हैं कि वो इंसान जो है उसने अपने मतलब पास्ट में बहुत कुछ गलत किया, you know, all the wrong things, all the vices, लूटनी सब भरा हुआ है, ठीक है, and now he is ailing and you have to take care of him, ठीक है, तो what will be your reaction to that?
Simple past tha. We cannot change the past. We can work further for the present moment. So we just take a lesson from the past, but we cannot stretch the past again and again.
Yeah.
So I'll more concentrate on the future, the present, and therapies or healing or any way which I overcome from the past. But instead of stretching again past and past, I don't think there is sense.
Very well said. And that too in the blood relation. लेकिन मेरे नॉवल में ये बहुत ज़्यादा एक debatable topic हो गया है कि whether the children are able to forgive him. Now what happens is Moina, although she comes from the outside, but she becomes the Dil of the house. From Dil I mean daughter-in-law. Okay. So now naturally it comes to be that कि एक तो वो एक ओबिसनेस होता है ना जो आप पे करते हैं because he is elderly. और आप उस familial setting में आ गए हो कि you have to bound by certain ways of conducting yourself. Now the next thing is that she's very human, she's very real. अगर मैं भी होती तो शायद मैं भी केयर करती, मैं पूरी तरह से केयर गिव करती because I would have felt कि उनका पास में obviously like you said obviously change नहीं कर सकती, but now he needs is ailing and suffer कर रहे हैं, तो I would like to take care of that person and similarly that's what Moina does. Now if I have to talk about the offsprings, Suji, तो वो सच में बहुत एक ऐसी सिचुएशन है जिसमें आई थिंक यू वुडंट आल्सो हैव फॉरगिवन एंड कुछ मतलब आपके मन में थोड़ा सा तो ग्रज रहेगा, है ना, तो आई थिंक आयुष इफ यू जस्ट रीड दैट मोनोलॉग एवरीबॉडी कैन गेट सम आइडिया.
And before that, Mona, I hope we are doing justice to Moina and Shuji's character because they appear to be very strong. Shuji, your father is dying there, Shuji. Don't you feel anything for him? Don't you think it's been long, just too long to hold grudges against him?
Shujit said nothing. He didn't want to answer anything. But Moina wasn't satisfied. She wanted to know why he was behaving so rudely towards his ailing father. She came closer to him, held him from his shoulders, and made him turn towards her.
Now, don't turn your back on me. I'm your wife, and I have all the rights to know what you think, where you go, and why you have become so rigid in these years. Why do you leave me here alone, Shuji? And you never even look at me with those loving eyes anymore. I want to know everything.
Moina, he's a murderer. I can never forgive him. My father killed her. He killed my mother. She was on her deathbed that night waiting for him. And do you know where he was? Another woman. He was enjoying his nights in some other woman's arms. You know, all our lives, we have longed for love, that warmth, that touch which would say, do not worry, I am there for you. He had never given us love, not when we needed. He just left us, me and my little sister, all by ourselves. She was small, innocent. I still can't forget her little crying face beside the dead body of our mother. After Ma, Daria was the only word I had. I loved her like a mother, like a father, but she still couldn't get over it. Her hatred was more than me. I left her after my secondary school into a new life, but she was left all alone by herself. He made me go far from her when she needed me the most.
Shuji paused with his eyes wet, head bowed, with heavy breaths flowing, making his broad chest go up and down many times. Moina knew the truth. Justice Shubhaji Chattopadhyay had confessed it all in front of her. He had shared his guilt of not being able to give love to his children. He had shared his regret of not loving his beautiful wife when she was alive, and his sins that he was the biggest womanizer Nawabganj had ever seen. Moina knew it all, but she had the heart to forgive her ailing father-in-law's past. She only saw his present, where he was old, lonely, and his own guilt were killing him every day. But Moina got really scared by that ferocious behavior of Shuji and took few steps back while he was yelling at the height of his heavy voice. Moina didn't know that behind his silence there was so much pain hidden. Shuji had never shared his innermost feelings with her, and the most unfathomable truth was that after all these years, his wounds were still fresh, and his heart was filled with so much hatred towards his father. She really wanted to make him understand that what was in the past must be left there, and that Justice Shubhaji Chattopadhyay loved both his children very much and waited for them to come to him for one last time. Moina really wished if she could make things all right, but it seemed more difficult now.
Dahlia never came to this house after her marriage. I knew she was happy with her marriage to Anoop, but she couldn't express her emotions to the dying man out there whom you feel so pitiful towards. She wasn't even able to speak her heart out for once because she knew that man there won't listen. Perhaps this must be her way of showing that she hated him and still does. What kind of father would marry his daughter despite knowing the whole goddamn history of that house? Knowing that they were all the same as him, he also believed that this was the culture of high-class men and she had to accept it as her destiny. You don't know him. He's a bloody narcissist who thinks only about him and no one else. I don't blame her. Neither do I want her to forgive him, nor will I ever do so in this life.
Really
I
powerful.
have a question. I have a question from the narration that he was just speaking out. Yes. What kind of an equation is Sujit and Moina sharing when Moina is able to say so much that she's gone through and she was able to actually just say this to him. Because she felt that she had to share everything in the relationship that they had, but Sujit did not. And Sujit had to wait this long when she prodded him after all this. She came to his house also, she got married, and whatever was happening around him, she had to prod him, and then he had to blurt it out. So what kind of an equation are we trying to portray in the society? Is this the kind of relationship, the true relationship that we talk about? Is it this?
I think of course it's for you to answer, but I think that's an excellent observation, and that's also a test of this, audience that you have been so attentive. Thank you so much, because I had to read it, and just by going through these passages and some of this characterization, you were able to pick out, they have been given and loved each other so much. But how could he hide his true emotions, right? That's the question.
What kind of an equation is that?
So maybe one prize if we have left for her also.
Yes. So, see, it's not that it only he bursts out in the end. There are some parts also in the beginning, in the middle. So that equation is happening that he's not kind of able to like his father because of what he has seen in the childhood, and I think it's very naturally ऐसा होता भी है कि sometimes की parents के साथ नहीं बनती, which is very true. ऐसा होता है, हमने देखा भी है society में. But having said this, I would say I'm not trying to glorify anything here. It's just what the situation is falling according to the way the story is flowing.
See, when authors write books, so they have a huge responsibility and they are carrying on their shoulders.
Right. I'm not trying to be perfect here. This is a fictional world I'm trying to create, and of course हमारे ऊपर भी जिम्मेदारी होती है. But then sometimes you write about controversies, you write about scandalous things in a fictional way. तो equation ऐसा कुछ नहीं है कि मैं किसी चीज़ को romanticize कर रही हूँ. It's only the flow of the story and the narration that demands for it. तो इसे आप उसी लाइट में पढ़िए. Don't get inspired that what is happening has to be true. So that would be my take.
And if I may add, not to defend her or anything, of course, I have my own objections in different places. I don't agree to everything that the book says or portrays. But they are both strong characters, but they're and good human beings. But there is slight difference in how they respond to situations. How, for example, if you say someone has empathy or not, right? So it's not just a straight question. People will have different levels of empathy. Right, for example, or they might come back later, they might go back and forth with their decisions or how they want to share. Someone can be more expressive or sharing of their inner emotions, and we have seen it in real situations where husband and wife live for years together. I mean, but does a husband really know his wife after 15 years, or does the wife really know him? That's still an open question.
Exactly. You picked up a very beautiful point, and I think through your story and your characterization, it's of course a fiction, but if you would have elaborated, maybe it's there in the book I've not read.
So there are some parts there because see there's an off and on romance and different realization. कभी उसे पछतावा पहले होता है, कभी बाद में होता है, and there's a lot of back and forth in the story. So I don't want to give it away.
So I also want to add, like an author's perspective, we build characters. So there are moments when the deepest of emotions come out
Absolutely.
at a very particular point.
I think she got it.
Yeah, when you are hurt at the right point, at a state of mind when you are at the weakest, maybe you come out with your darkest of secrets, which you don't want to live, or you don't want to live with it. You never intended to tell the other person those moments. But the situation or the time or the state of mind.
I think you're right on.
And just to add to that whole of this thing, without reading the book, we don't know what the journey was, what kind of characters he is. Is he a repressed character, or is he a character who shares emotions all the time? Secondly, if you compare Moina and Steve, whatever I've heard, see, Moina had to read about her widowhood and this thing because that was a stepping stone into the next life which she wanted.
Absolutely.
Sujeet's mother being mistreated by her father was not a stepping stone required for him to share as part of moving ahead in his life. So where transparency, etc. is concerned, you have to see from that point of view also.
And in my novels, Justice Chattopadhyay is a very authoritative figure, and his son is not able to speak in front of him. That respect and regard is there, and it's only in the end when she, you just said, it forces him to, reconcile and everything. That is the time when he bursts out his emotions. So you will see that sort of equation there.
I think there is sort of emotional barometer, for all of us, which goes up or down. The mercury goes up and down at different situations.
And
What she
especially
got.
if we talk about men, men are not that expressive. You all know that, right? So that's what's happening here. Men are less expressive.
I
And
take one more observation and then we can
Okay, sure.
possibly move on.
yeah,
So, well, I haven't read the book, of course. Just a thought that Moina's acceptance of her father-in-law is probably also coming from the fact that she had a loving relationship with her own father, and she's seeing this man in his older age when his active atrocities are not happening. So,
Absolutely.
in front of her, she has this old man who's not been taken care of by his own kids, and of course has poured his heart out to her. And then of course she has a sense of kindness which has not been the case for Sujit. He has not heard his father cry. He has not heard his father saying that I'm sorry, I wasn't there for my kids or for my wife. So obviously his stance is still the same, and he has lived that atrocity. She has only heard about it. Like she will respond to a rape far more than Sujit did because she has
obviously their reactions to it would be, I am assuming,
Yes.
would be different.
No, she's going the right direction.
I'm loving this discussion and I would want it to go on, but
Sir wants to
You
say
know,
something.
I just want to add one more thing. It is perfectly fine to have imperfections in life.
Right.
This makes the situation very normal and acceptable by a wider audience.
Okay.
Now, I completely understand this is fiction, this is your work, and I think you should go with it. However you want to.
yeah. And just one thing.
I couldn't hear you in the last part.
I said it is perfectly fine to have imperfections in relationship.
Yes.
That is what makes situations very normal and acceptable by a wider audience. That's how things are.
And there is an author you are entitled to.
You are entitled. This is fiction. This is
And one last point I would say is, since it's set in the 1930s, don't forget it. We are all prisoners of our time, you know. If you were living, we were hunter-gatherers who have behaved differently. If you were in early agricultural times, that would be different. So today is different, yeah.
I also wanted to add one more thing. You know, I think the setting is very perfect because it is ironical. 1930s is a point where, you know, probably there were lot many operations which were, you know, being not accepted by Indians. While the society was moving towards an evolution, there was a constant operation, you know, on a certain, gender, which was, you know, getting encouraged. So I would like to understand, and this is just a suggestion, you know, the role of women in accepting this kind of situations which was growing.
Right.
Because it cannot happen that only men were oppressive. There has to be an acceptance. So that part also has to be highlighted.
Right. So if you read the novel, you will find that also. Because I cannot talk about the phenomenon itself, you will find that what you just said is actually there in the book.
I'll just make one point. I think we have all come out in defense of the author and the situation. And based on my
I like your question now.
She's starting the fire.
I really would like to do the giveaway to you. You deserve it. Because you brought up the good question that people we dare to ask. That's some sort of thing.
And I think that this is one takeaway meaning of this entire discussion, if you ask me, right? So to really be able to put ourselves in someone's shoes or to see different perspectives, because sometimes you think if you hear one thing, okay, there's no single version of truth, and you know that's why a lot of problems in the world happen.
Exactly. Everybody has their own truth and reality.
So I think it's getting a little heavy, so
Right,
let's
good.
slide a little bit.
Yes.
Few questions except this book regarding to you.
Please.
So can I have a mic or I'm audible?
Can we keep some of the questions at the end?
Okay,
That's all right.
He doesn't
No, it's
forget.
okay. No, it's okay. When I thought it's clear by me.
Yeah. No, there's still some things.
I asked in the end. I have few
My
questions.
apologies.
Yes. No, it's okay.
So, then run that.
Right, so I'm not going to use the mic for this one. I hope I'm audible to all.
Yes.
Thank you so much. Just to make it a little fun and a little light, you guys must have heard that a lot of books have been used to create movies out of, right? I'm sure we all watch movies here, Bollywood movies, right? Before I tell you, can you tell me any book that the story was taken from and the movie was created from? Anything that? Sorry? So one by one. 2 states, okay? Parineeta, wonderful. I had that example with me. Thank you so much. Devdas, thank you. Another example. Harry Potter, of course. Lovely. I think there's so many, right? So now just imagine that you were the casting director. You've heard a lot about the book right now. You've heard about the characters in the book. And if you were the casting director, and let's say we're making a movie in the Bollywood, who would you choose for these particular roles? Okay, I'm going to take the names of the roles. So the first, of course, the protagonist, the main lead of the book is Moina. So, and this is a question to all of you. Who would you have chosen for Moina's character? In today's era, of course. Okay. Taapsee Pannu, alright. Vidya Balan, I heard.
Kangana now.
Kangar, oh. Yeah, that is the reaction that comes. Sorry, I should have done. Anyone else?
Bhavli Dham.
Sorry?
Yes, yes.
Okay, fantastic. Okay, I'll come to the next.
I think Alia Bhatt did a great job with
Gangubai, yes, of course. There was another movie that I could resonate to, which was Kalam. There's no connection here, but you know the kind of acting that they did. Right, of course. Okay, so I'm going to come to the next character, but before that, sir.
Run the three characters.
Okay, then you okay. So the next character is of course the next protagonist, the main lead, the main lead in this book, which is Shujit. Who do you think? Vicky Kaushal. Sorry? Abhishek Bachchan. Okay. Anyone else? Vicky Kaushal. We have two Vicky Kaushals now.
Aditya Kapoor.
Aditya, I love his role everywhere. So Aditya Roy Kapoor
I
would be
guess
my.
you ask the same questions to her also because whatever you're asking now, I have the same questions.
Oh, fine.
मैं ये पूछने वाला था और आपने हमसे पूछ लिया. Same script. You copied my script. I have the same
It
questions.
shows that we think
But I
alike.
have one more question.
Yes.
Supposing if I give you one choice, so who's the better first director in your mind? कि वो आपके इस novel को exactly या near to you represent कर सकते हैं as a movie? Who's the
Undoubtedly,
Ranjini Bansal. I knew that.
Yes. Yes.
Right,
No doubt on that.
Last one. And the last character, of course.
And one more thing which she didn't forget, the what's the name? Sahib Divya Ghulam.
Wow.
Old one, the Veena Kumari, and the Raj, the Zamindar Parivar, he was totally close to Dr. area. I don't
See, there are movies like that.
No, because you said na मेरी आत्मा वहाँ रुकी हुई है. So that's why I have another question. When you said कि मेरी आत्मा वहाँ है, and this whole book, which is the character you feel कि मैं वो हूँ इसमें, वो कौन हूँ?
I would say Moana. Yes, a lot is similar. The thinking process. Like I can adjust to any situation like that Moana is doing. Minus the brutality part, I have a very loving husband. So yeah, and a very lovely household. So yes, मतलब वो किसी भी setting में adjust हो जाती है. She's loving, she's kind. तो ये सारे
See,
similar.
I think जब जो होना होता है वो तभी होता है. He wanted to speak, I stopped him and he got.
It means you cannot stop my spirit.
Right.
So from there on.
See, so I believe in all three. You know, there is destiny, there is karma, there is your own actions. So there is an interplay of everything. So the next.
Alright, so the last character, and we've heard not a lot about this character, a little bit of course, and you know we saw the passage, we heard the passage as well. So Justice Chattopadhyay is the father of Shujit. Who do you think would play the best?
Buddha, that could.
Gulshan Grover.
Randeep
Gulshan
Buddha.
Grover. He's a womanizer, so you know.
Randeep Buddha.
Randeep Buddha. Okay, now that's a fresh face.
No, he was in the Run Russia.
Okay.
In many films.
So this guy is really old. He's a womanizer. He's Woman Irani. Wow, nice choice. Kabir Bedi. Okay. Right. And any other choices? Any other thoughts?
I would
Pankaj
go
Tripathi.
very bad. Toby Vishwas from our Bengali group.
Okay.
Okay. Any other examples? Yeah.
Pankaj Kapoor.
Pankaj Kapoor. Okay.
As the author, na,
Hanji. So coming now.
That's why I said the same question asked to her also.
Yes, absolutely. So my next question
I'm
is
curious
to Sanjay. Of course,
We'll
first we'll
come to our last.
First we'll go with Sanjay, then we'll go to Murali.
Okay, so
Sanjay.
so someone stole one of my choices for Moina, Alia Bhatt, because I think like Moina, she's very beautiful, and I saw her roles in Highway and Yanta Punjab, and she went through a lot of trauma, and you know she was able to portray. Yeah, Razi I haven't seen. I've seen parts, but okay. And for the hero, for Shujit, I would choose Ranbir Kapoor. It might seem a little strange, but I saw his movie Barfi, and then there are Rockstar, there are other movies. So he's a very versatile character, and he's handsome, and he can portray that Bengali English kind of fusion, because Shujit has come from London in spending 10 years earning his lawyer's degree. So I think he can carry that off.
Alia Bhatt and Ranbir would make a good
Yeah, of course. And the villain, of course, I couldn't portray any modern faces, so I picked an old one, Amrish Puri, Mogambo, right? Because I obviously he's a baddie, and again he's quite versatile and can carry that repentance, womanizer kind of combination. So now we can move to.
So I saw this movie called Chokhe Wali.
Yes.
So from that, when I was writing the novel for Sujit, I had Prasenjit in my mind. But if I have to talk about right now, it would be for me Hrithik Roshan, because I like the way he speaks, the accent he has got. And Sujit, I have mentioned at the beginning of the novel, is very good looking, very handsome, and has that British accent. So I think Hrithik Roshan will portray it well. And definitely Moina for me is Aishwarya Rai.
Wow.
Long hair, Devdas. I can't forget that movie. And for Shubhajit, I think from today's time, villain Prakash Raj, I think. He will look very nice in that dhoti and all that Bengali zamindari, kurta pajama, like he wears in the South Indian movies. Nobody matches my choice.
No, your choice, but I can't imagine Prakash Raj like that.
Because I know you very love Sanjay Bhansali. I'm very much clear to you portrayed Aishwarya Rai also. And the Chokhe Wali, another girl, I forget his name, she's also Bengali.
Raima Singh, yes.
Yes.
Yeah, Raima could be maybe Dalia.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you, Ayush. So I have a couple of few fun questions to ask her. So I know this book has been in your head for quite a long time, maybe 8 or 10 years, 10, right? So in the spirit of this romantic novel, may I ask, what took you so long?
Sanjay ji, guilty as charged, yes, 10 long years. Okay. Now what happens is, मैंने लिखना जब स्टार्ट किया तो बड़ा अच्छा फ्लो जा रहा था, but then I'm a believer of this thing कि कोई भी चीज़ जो हम बनाते हैं, जो हम क्रिएट करते हैं ना, we imbibe energy out of it. हम उसकी एनर्जी को सोक करते हैं. Even this room is filled with so much positive energy right now. और जब हम चले भी जाएंगे ना, little bit of that energy remains. तो even like कोई आर्टिस्ट भी अगर स्कल्पचर जो होते हैं वो कुछ बनाते हैं, तो अगर कुछ डार्क होता है, that energy kind of shifts into them. Sort of. I'm a believer. I don't know आप लोग क्या मानते हैं. तो writing such a dark and dystopian novel was difficult at a point, and I put it into back burner. Obviously time थोड़ा लगा. तो बीच में I visited Nawabganj and I stood in front of that house, Koribadi, which is Rani Wadi in this novel. तो थोड़ा सा silent conversation हुआ हमारे बीच में. And then the flow started. What's the story change हो गई, and now it's here. Yeah.
Thank you, and we are glad that you finished it. That's why we are here.
Yes, but the second part very actually.
So okay, if there is a character that you would really hate from your own book and don't want to read, but you happen to bump into her or him, who would it be, and what would you say, or how would you react?
पहले मैं आपसे पूछ रही हूँ, आप बताओ, अगर you bump into one of the characters from the book, what would you say?
मुझे लगता है हालांकि I'm like slightly divided between Anup and Justice Chattopadhyay. We won't discuss much about Anup, right? Who is Dalia's husband, and he's also quite oppressive in that sense. So I think he's one character I would, if I were to meet him, I would maybe shake him by the shoulders or grab his throat. What about you?
मैं थोड़ा क्वेश्चन को ट्विस्ट करती हूँ आपकी. See, I'm also one of the characters in the novel because I'm the narrator. तो मैं तो मिलना चाहूँगी अपने author side को. If I bump into that side of mine, I'll be very happy. But if I have to talk about exact question, तो honestly, fiction world से इससे अगर कोई भी character बाहर आता है, तो let them be. I don't have to do anything. It's their fate. They will meet. Why do I have to? I'll just walk past. Because I'm someone who loves to keep her peace, her boundaries. So I wouldn't get into any sort of trouble.
Right, and ignorance is its own response. Yeah.
Exactly.
Well said.
Yeah.
So, and one last question: if Moina were to walk into this room, right here, right now, and suppose she's sitting at the back somewhere and listening to all of us talk about her, about this entire story of the Red Ganges,
what do you hope her thoughts would be?
See, I wrote this novel, I created the character, I tried to make her seen, heard, drop down. इसके बाद, honestly, I'm clueless. आप बताओ मोना मुझे क्या बोलती?
I think.
Yeah, तो audience से पूछेंगे.
Yeah, why not?
Can somebody say Moana अगर इधर यहाँ?
Let's ask the audience and then.
Yes, yes. What she would have said to me if she.
Why did you make me suffer so much?
Good one.
Good one, yeah. Anybody else?
एक तुम ही हो जो मुझे इतनी अच्छी तरह समझ सकती हो।
Wow.
Hands up.
Because you create her and you explain her, that's why.
Yes.
Okay, इतने लोगों में तुम ही हो, बाकी तो तुम ही हो।
Anyone else?
She would have come to probably.
Okay.
Yeah, I would have loved that. Sanjay ji, आपने.
Yeah, so I'm sure, see, I'm looking at it from the point of view of someone who has suffered so much, and then, they are being spoken of openly, they are being discussed, people are having different opinion about what she did, why she did, right? So, mostly I think she would feel herself validated, right?
That's true.
At the same time, of course, the kind of trauma that one goes through, even though she tells Shujit willingly because critical, I don't think people want to listen to that, generally. Most people might feel uncomfortable, right? And maybe she might have walked off somewhere in between, I don't know, right? So it's pretty, on the one hand, she would find some validation, some sympathy, and she would feel, of course, she would feel proud of herself, what she did, right? And that's where I would say, whether she would stay till the end, I'm not so sure.
But I will just add one thing. If Moana was here, I would take her to my home. I'll have a cup of tea and dinner with her and talk a lot. क्योंकि हम दोनों की similarities
And
बहुत
she
ज़्यादा हैं.
recites one line of Gulzar Street. You know what she said? तुम ही से जन्म तो शायद मुझे बना।
Beautiful.
So, I'm glad that you guys stayed. You didn't run away or anything. And thank you for being a wonderful audience, very participative. I really enjoyed
Thank you
it.
so much.
And I'm sure it was worth your while as well. Thank you. Thank you, audience.
I would like to thank the entire team of One Story High. And this is lady sitting, my friend Lolita. She is the one I'm sitting here today because she recommended my name.
Wow.
So thank you so much. Thank you to everyone, Sanjay ji as well.
Thank you.
Now, of course, I can't bring this story to a closure, but to bring a closure to the event. Stories like the Red Ganges stay with us because they don't give us answers. There's no easy answer. They leave us thinking, questioning, feeling. Set against the haunting backdrop of Bengal and the Zamindari era, the story blends love, mystery, emotional conflict, revenge, and hidden truths into a world that slowly pulls readers deeper with every chapter. And if tonight sparked even a bit of curiosity in your heads, the book is right here, it is available at the cafe, and we would love for you to continue this journey along with the book. And before we close, we want to thank Kunzum Cafe for hosting us tonight and giving us the space for this beautiful evening and beautiful conversation that we had. And just to give you a glimpse of One Story High and tell you what One Story High is about. It is not about just books, it is about bringing people together through stories, conversations, music, poetry, performances, and every form of art that makes people feel connected. So, first of all, I'd like to thank Sanjay ji and Mona Lisa. Thank you so much. And I want to open the stage for the audience. I want to give you a chance to get more connected with us with One Story High. we can, it can be anything. It could be a poetry, it could be, yeah. So thank you. So Shashi is already interested. So I would, a few lines from you. Yeah, of course, please. Very good.
Good evening, all of you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. It's a beautiful conversation, and as the whole plot is around the women, though I have thousands of poetries, but I love to recite. Can I? It's a poetry of one of my book, Stree Ki Kuch Ankari, which I got Sahitya Academy Award. तो उसमें से मैं एक कविता आपके सामने रखता हूँ. सोचा मैंने ये नहीं था शांतनु, कुछ और सोचा था, क्योंकि मैंने नॉवल नहीं पढ़ी, मुझे नहीं मालूम था उसमें स्त्री को इस तरह चित्रित किया है. Are you all comfortable with Hindi? The topic, sorry, English निकल जाती है. विषय जो है, शीर्षक है दूसरी औरत. I'll try, मैं कोशिश करूँगा कि उसी लहजे और लिहाज में पढ़ूँ जिसमें कविता लिखी गई है और आप एक लेखिका हैं, तो चित्र बना सकते हैं. मैं उसे चाहती हूँ जो किसी और को चाहता है. मैं उसे चाहती हूँ जो किसी और को चाहता है. मैं जानती हूँ मैं उसकी जिंदगी में दूसरी हूँ, मैं फिर भी उसे चाहती हूँ. मैं जानती हूँ मैं उसकी जिंदगी में दूसरी हूँ, मैं फिर भी उसे चाहती हूँ. वो तब आता है जब आना चाहता है, वो तब छूता है जब छूना चाहता है. मैं क्या चाहती हूँ वो जानना भी नहीं चाहता. मैं जानती हूँ मैं उसकी जिंदगी में दूसरी हूँ, फिर भी उसे चाहती हूँ. वो कभी भी मुझे अपने साथ नहीं रखता, पर मेले में ढूंढता मुझे ही है. वो कभी भी मुझे किसी से नहीं मिलवाता, पर सबके साथ जिक्र मेरा ही करता है. मैं जानती हूँ मैं उसकी जिंदगी में दूसरी हूँ, मैं फिर भी उसे चाहती हूँ. वो तब छूता है जब छूना चाहता है, वो कहता है जो कहना चाहता है. मेरी बात शुरू होती है उससे पहले वो करवट ले लेता है. वो जानना भी नहीं चाहता मैं क्या कहना चाहती हूँ. मैं उसके इंतजार में घूमती हूँ और वो मेरी पनाहों में बनता है. मैं जानती हूँ मैं दूसरी हूँ, मैं फिर भी उसे चाहती हूँ. क्या दूसरी होना गुनाह है? क्या दूसरी होना गुनाह है या पहली के होते हुए दूसरी होना गुनाह है? क्या दूसरी होना गुनाह है या पहली के होते हुए दूसरी होना गुनाह है? क्योंकि मेरी जिंदगी में तो वो पहला था. मेरी जिंदगी में वो पहला था जो मुझे नहीं पता था, लेकिन मैं उसकी जिंदगी में दूसरी हूँ तो वो जानता था. मेरी जिंदगी में वो पहला था, मैं उसकी जिंदगी में दूसरी हूँ, वो जानता था. लेकिन लोग कहते हैं मैं राम हूँ, मैं रणवीर हूँ, उसकी रखेल. लोग कहते हैं मैं राम हूँ, रणवीर हूँ, रखेल हूँ, दूसरी औरत हूँ. ये सारे तमगे, ये सारे पुरस्कार, ये सारे नाम स्त्री के लिए क्यों, पुरुष के लिए क्यों नहीं? क्योंकि मैं दूसरी हूँ. मैं तो पारो होना चाहती थी, चंद्रमुखी बन गई. मैं पारो होना चाहती थी, चंद्रमुखी बन गई. पहली बनने की कोशिश में पहली बन गई. मैं पारो होना चाहती थी, चंद्रमुखी बन गई. पहली होने की कोशिश में पहली बन गई. लोग कहते हैं मैं दूसरी हूँ. हाँ मैं दूसरी हूँ, मैं फिर भी उसे चाहती हूँ. एक लाइन थोड़ा सीरियसली आप कह के छोड़ के, अगर आपको बात समझ में आ जाए और अगर आपको लगता हो कि बात आपकी दिल की है तो ताली बजा के बता दीजिएगा. क्या बताऊं क्या क्या मुझे कुछ सहना पड़ा है. क्या बताऊं क्या क्या मुझे कुछ सहना पड़ा है. रहना नहीं था साथ जिसके रहना पड़ा है. क्या बताऊं क्या क्या मुझे कुछ सहना पड़ा है. रहना नहीं था साथ जिसके रहना पड़ा है। जाओ चले जाओ छोड़ दो मुझको, जाओ चले जाओ छोड़ दो मुझको। कहना नहीं था जिससे उसे कहना पड़ा है, रहना नहीं था साथ जिसके रहना पड़ा है। बाकी शाम कभी और, क्योंकि ये मंच मेरा नहीं है, किसी और का है, क्योंकि कवियों का मंच पे चढ़ाओगे वापस आपको माइक नहीं मिलेगा। Thank you so much. Thank you the whole team. One story high. Thank you Shayan through the whole team. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
Wow, that was intense. Anyone else who would like to take the stage or say anything? No, I see one person.
Can I just say something?
Yes. Of course.
शशि जी, आपने जो ये दूसरी होने की बात लिखी है, बहुत ही अच्छी, बहुत ही सुंदर थी। बट मैं आपको जब आप बोल रहे थे ना, तो I was just thinking. I'm sorry, I also I can't stay on Hindi for too long. You know, sometimes it's actually the wedded wife who is the दूसरी.
Yes.
I mean, I know the दूसरी is always the woman in the market or the woman outside the home. But sometimes it is actually the wedded wife who is the दूसरी because she is more trapped.
Yes.
The woman outside still has some choice.
Yes.
She can close the door. The wife cannot close the door. She has the law doesn't allow her to close the door. So I'm saying it's. I was so hoping that your poem actually goes into the wife saying I am the दूसरी.
Actually, cut it down.
Yes.
This book contains the 168 shades of women.
Wow.
168.
What is the title?
स्त्री की कुछ अंत नहीं। उसमें पहली और अंत तक इतनी शेड्स हैं पोएट्री की, वुमेन के। आप जैसे जैसे पढ़ेंगी आपको लगता जाएगा मैं और करीब हूँ, और आप अपने आप को खुद उस हमाम में नग्न होता कि मैं खुद वहाँ रिलेट करती हूँ। तो आपको कई बार दूसरी औरत भी मिलेगी, पहली भी मिल सकती है, वो जो भोग रही है वो भी मिल रही है, एक बहुत ज़्यादा सती सावित्री भी मिल सकती है, एक वो औरत भी मिल सकती है वो ऑलवेज ऑन द हाई एंड लुकिंग समथिंग एल्स। कोई वो है जो ताज बटन तक the thousands of shades of women, but that is my one book. Otherwise, out of my 40 books, you can go by the rest of the galleries. My name is Shashikant Sadar. Just put on Google, you can find.
I just want to say something. That's the power of one story high. You came to one book reading. You'll buy one book and you can buy another one now. So that's 2 books today.
And sorry, I have a follow-up actually for Mona Lisa. I know you said that you relate to Moina.
Right.
And I think it's pretty given and standard for an author in their first novel to almost always be there in the novel in some form.
Right.
And largely as a protagonist. Who are the men, the men in this book? Who are they like? Or who have you taken inspiration from for creating a Sujit? Or Sujit is easy, heroes are always easy, but the negative characters, Anup or maybe
From the real life inspiration you're trying to ask.
You already said it's not your husband and your family. So I'm just wondering who inspired those characters.
I would say sort of literature that I have read of that era, about the Zamindars. Not necessarily I'm trying to subjectify any particular category of men here. लेकिन एक होता है ना कि you start writing an inspiration automatically, that creativity starts flowing and you want to make things a bit different. तो वो different के चक्कर में वो पूरा एक अलग ही segment चला गया that where I'm showing the पितृसत्ता and patriarchy everything. लेकिन if I have to say from real life inspiration, that's definitely like movies, literature, some stories from my grandmother. Yeah, so like that.
So not people.
No, not exactly. Haven't met any womanizer so far. Yes.
Alright, with that, I see a guitar and I see my friend right there at the back, Akshat. So I'm going to call Akshat on the stage. He's going to present a few songs and he's going to play the guitar for us. And while that is happening, of course, there's more tea and there's more coffee still if you guys want. We still have cookies and coffee at the back, so please enjoy yourselves. this will be the last part of our show today.
Again, great crashing again. We'll start. So the reason for this gate crash right now is also something very, very important. This gentleman that you see here, when I kind of was we were thinking about this, I was always very intrigued by R.K. Lakshman's Common Man. And I was trying to look at all my contacts and feel who is that common man that comes to my mind, and he came. And when we looked at Mona Lisa, sounds very weird, but when we looked at her, we thought, oh my God, with her there should be a common man who kind of speaks to her. So incidentally, and the beautiful part about putting all of this together for all of us is that I met him 24 years later, last week in Connaught Place, right? And we were meaning to meet up for a very long time. We used to work together in Times of India 24 years back, and that is our connect. So then met him. Then through common friends and all, met Mona Lisa. And then when we were sitting, as I said, the picturization came in. We did not want an Arnab Goswami kind of a person sitting next to her, and kind of so he was the perfect fit for that. Akshat here. So there is a lot of Times of India connect here. He's a Times of India guy who just quit about a month back. So he also kind of joined in. And so all the stories around all of this happened as a consequence of that. So thank you so much for making it and doing it. Incidentally, he's a tech journalist, and right now sitting inside Wagh Bakri Chai before coming in here, he was saying this is such a challenging thing to be done on literature. He's a very well-read man, by the way. So he was saying it was such a challenging thing, but being an IT guy, he kind of did so much. So thank you, really, really, really.
Thank you, and I know that you are emphasizing that common man thing, but I would like to say that just like common sense, common man is not very common. So.
Absolutely, and that was the reason we picked him up. Akshat, over to you now.
Hi everyone, I won't take long. So first of all, thank you so much to One Story High for giving me this opportunity, and especially Shantanu. So just a quick intro, I worked for Times of India where Concentrates and Shantanu was one of my clients, and then we became sort of friends. And now although working with a corporate guy, but what I say is that I have a tech brain, marketing heart, but a musical soul. So that's what I'm here to present in front of you all. And it's not going to be just one way. I would just want all of you to sing along with me and maybe join in with a few claps. So let's hear it from all of you, for all of us, by every one of us. ये चांद सा शहरा जुल्फों का रंग सुनहरा, ये झील सी नीली आंखें, कोई राज है मैं गहरा. 1, 2, 3, 4. ये चांद सा शहरा जुल्फों का रंग सुनहरा, ये झील सी नीली आंखें, कोई राज है मैं गहरा. तारीफ करूं क्या उसकी जिसने तुम्हें बनाया. तू और कोई और नहीं माने. क्या उसकी जिसने तुम्हें बनाया. ऐ मुझे बता दे तू किस पे आ गया है, वो कौन है जो आकर ख्वाबों पे छा गया है. आजकल तेरे प्यार के चर्चे हर ज़बान. अच्छा सबको मालूम है और सबको खबर हो गई तो क्या. आजकल तेरे प्यार के चर्चे हर ज़बान. सबको मालूम है और सबको खबर हो गई. चला जाता हूँ किसी की धुन में, धड़कते दिल के तराने लिए. चला जाता sing one last song before I end my performances and all. So, not Jaldi Jaldi. This is a very beautiful song by Lata ji, and I would just like to sing it before we exactly. So, I would really love if you can just sing along with me this one. हमको मिली है आज ये घड़ियां नसीब से, जी भर के देख लीजिए हमको करीब से, फिर आपके नसीब में ये रात हो न हो, शायद इस जन्म में मुलाकात हो न हो, लग जाए कि फिर हसीना हो न हो, शायद इस जन्म में मुलाकात हो न हो। पास आइए कि हम नहीं आएंगे बार बार, चाहे नैन डाल के हम लोग निसार आँखों से ये प्यार की बरसात हो न हो, शायद इस जन्म में मुलाकात हो न हो, लग जाने से। I hope मुलाकातें होंगी और मुलाकातें होंगी। Thank you so much.
Thank you, Akshat. Thank you for that mesmerizing performance, and thank you for this beautiful evening for all the people out here. I just want to say one last thing, and she's busy. Mona Lisa, I want to say one last thing to you. I have read books in the past, and then gradually, because of time and responsibilities, I somehow lost that touch and lost the love of reading books. I always wanted to. I think your book is going to be that one which will ignite that spirit again in me. So thank you so much. Can I have you on the stage for once? Ladies and gentlemen, that was Mona Lisa for us. Thank you so much. Thank you. And for all of us, this is only the beginning. As we all heard about One Story High, we have our next literary experience inspired by the timeless work of Rabindranath Tagore that will be happening in the same month, or maybe if the day changes. But it is happening on the 30th of May for now. To stay updated about our future performances and experiences, I would request you to follow One Story High on Instagram and go to our website onestoryhigh.com. And now, I want to thank you once again for being a fantastic, a wonderful audience tonight. And thank you for stepping into the world of the Red Ganges. Thank you.
వచ్చి మెయిన్ ఫస్ట్ స్టేజ్ ఫస్ట్ టైం కలిసి స్టేజ్ সত্যি সত্যি মন নাটা চলে ফার্স্ট টাইম জীবন এটা বাঙালি ভাষায় বাংলাদেশি কাজ করছি আমাদের আনতে all the time.
Right.